beautiful, and welcome to High Vibe Honey for the week of the 25th of February as we slide into March. I'm your host, Gala Darling, and before we get into the cards, let's talk about the energy that's going on. So you may be aware that we just went into Pisces season, and I don't know about you, but for me, Pisces season feels like a serious slowdown. Aquarius season for me was all about having ideas, bringing them to fruition, trying new things, and really thinking in a futuristic way. And as soon as we hit Pisces season, I'm like, you know what, bitch? I want to take a nap. That's what I want to do. I just want to take a fucking nap. So if you are feeling Pisces season 2, trust me, you're not alone. This is why astrology is so fucking real. And the more you read about it, the more real it becomes. So Pisces season is about listening to yourself, getting quiet, being comfortable with your own company, and giving yourself time to let the lessons integrate, right? When I say we, I mean you as part of this community. We are working on ourselves all the time. If you're tapping every Sunday with me, at a bare minimum, you're doing a lot more work on yourself than most people are. And I feel like Pisces season is a time where we just get a little bit of space to integrate those lessons. We get to relax a little bit and kind of recalibrate, because when we're learning all the time, you do need those moments where you can take a break and let it all sink in. And I literally read an article this morning that was about brains don't just need rest, they need idle time in order to integrate things, in order to learn, grow, assimilate new information, and also in order for your creative processes to really get enough juice. We can't be creating all the time. We can't be in constant up-leveling all the time. We do have to take those moments where we relax and we feel it out and we just watch Netflix and chill, literally. So if you're feeling that, you are right on time and it's okay. And I want to encourage you not to beat yourself up for it. I know it's really tempting to be like, oh, but I should be doing X, Y, Z. But really, if you can afford to take the time, then please do. It will be so good for your brain, and we will jump into the next season feeling really good. So just let yourself take a pause if you need to take a pause. I know it's crazy that I even have to say this, right? But I'm saying it as much for you as I am for me. Sometimes we need to just take a pause, and that's okay. So this week I pulled cards from the Lovely Omens Tarot deck again, because I just am really into them. I like the pink and the art on them is really cute. So the first card that showed up actually jumped out of the deck, and it is the Knight of Swords. Look at her, what a fucking warrior, badass. I love this. And the Knight of Swords is about having an idea and being really focused on that thing and knowing what you want and being so excited and driving forward. And sometimes the Knight of Swords is like the person who has a degree but no street smarts. So it might be that you are coming across as a little bit cocky or a little bit like, I know everything, you can't tell me anything kind of person. So that is something to watch out for this week. But what this card really says is that you're focused, you're ambitious, you have a vision of what you want to create, and that is so amazing. Obviously, that's a beautiful thing. But don't miss the forest for the trees. So sometimes when there's something that we want in our lives, we're so focused on getting to that point that we forget to enjoy where we are in the moment and to enjoy the things that happen on the way to that thing. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and in fact, this is actually in the next episode of the Gala Darling Show with Gabby Herstick, yay, which will come out this coming week. I was talking to her about having the realization that being single shouldn't feel like a stopgap on the way to a relationship, right? It's not just like I have to get through this in order to get a relationship. No, this could be a beautiful journey and an adventure in and of itself. And you might be in a similar situation with something that you're working towards. You might be like, oh, I just have to get through this so that I can get to this thing that I really want. Like this thing that you really want is the prize. But I really want to encourage you to enjoy where you are right now and seek out the treasure in what you're in right now, because I promise you there's plenty of treasure here for you to get excited about and have fun with. So don't be so focused on where you want to go that you're losing out on the present moment, because it really is all that we have. The other message from the Knight of Swords is to give yourself time. Don't rush from thing to thing. Don't be obsessed with getting to where you want to get to. Try your very best not to be frustrated with how long it may be taking. I'm sure you wanted it all yesterday. Me too. But just give yourself time and remember that things happen in the perfect timing for your life. And you may not understand it now, but in 6 months or a year, you'll look back and you'll be like, oh, I'm so glad that it happened that way. It was actually the perfect way for it to happen. So just give yourself some time this week. And like, as always, the other cards that I pulled are perfectly in alignment with that. So the second card that I pulled, like, when do I not pull this card? I pulled the Empress. The Empress is the bad bitch of the deck. She's got her creativity, her fertility, her sexuality on lockdown. She is like a hot, voluptuous bitch. And she's like, I am sexy and I don't care how you feel about it. And she looks after people and she's generous and she's in her power and she thrives when she's in nature. I think I pulled the Empress maybe not last week, but the week before, and I told you to get out into nature if you could. And those of you that heeded that advice, I hope that you felt the joy from it. It's so important that we get out into nature as much as we can. So, I've talked to you about the Empress before. You probably know what it means, but it means like you're in your fucking power. If you're looking to get into a relationship, you're already in a great place because you feel that sense of self-love. So you're already not looking for love outside of yourself. You know that you already have it and you're just looking for like some sprinkles on your sundae, and that is great. But the other thing that the Empress says is that things are working out in your favor. So even if you're going through a hard time right now, it's all about to turn around and you are about to receive many blessings. And who doesn't like that? The second thing that the Empress says to us is that we have to listen to ourselves. We are our own greatest source of information, wisdom, advice, and genius. So make some time to listen to yourself this week. And that goes in really beautifully with the last card that said, take some time. Don't rush things. So really, this is about getting to know yourself more, spending more time with yourself, taking yourself on a radical self-love date, and like with Pisces season, allowing yourself to just lie in your bed and fucking chill out and meditate and relax. So few of us give ourselves time to do this. We're rushing from thing to thing. Give yourself some time and it will pay dividends. Now, the third card of the week is the Seven of Pentacles. And it's perfectly in alignment with all our other cards of the week. The Seven of Pentacles is about vision and perseverance. Just like the Knight of Swords, it says like, I know what I want and I'm going for it. And the other really cool thing about this card that I like is it's not about a quick fix. You are looking at whatever you're doing as if it is a long game. And P.S., everything is a long game. You are not trying to fix it straight away. You're not trying to look for a shortcut. You're like, no. What do I need to do to seriously level up? And what does that look like for me? And how do I take the steps every day so that I can get there? So sometimes the Seven of Pentacles can relate to your health or your wellness or your fitness. And for example, if you're trying to change your body, this card literally says that you are going to see the results of your hard work, but that this is never about a quick fix. This is not about trying to lose 20 pounds in a month. This is about changing your lifestyle and looking at it as a long game. So if you want to grow your business, for example, maybe you need to look really seriously at your finances and how you're handling them. If you want to get into a relationship, you need to look very carefully at your suitors and be fucking picky and be like, are you gonna elevate me? Yes or no? You don't need to jump on some quick little bandwagon for a quick thrill. The Seven of Pentacles says that like you're really looking for some shit that's lasting and that's important to you. And you know that the quick fixes don't work anyway. You've reached that point in your life where you know there's no silver bullet. So you're now ready to prepare and invest your time wisely so you can get the results that you want. And that's beautiful. So the advice from the Seven of Pentacles is to be patient. So I really like all three of these cards are saying, give yourself time, listen to yourself, and be patient, which are very Piscean things to be saying. If I was sitting here with Alexandra Roxo, who honestly, in my mind, is the ultimate Pisces, that is totally what she'd be saying. She'd be like, baby, take some time, listen to yourself, be patient, it's okay. That's what she would say. I know it. So that's the advice that I want to give you this week. Be patient, listen to yourself, and give yourself time to let things happen. Don't try to rush things. Don't try to rush to the next little goalpost you've got. Enjoy where you're at right now. And the tapping that we're going to do today is about trusting the timing of your life and trusting that it's okay to slow down, that it's okay to take a break, that it's okay to take a rest and integrate. And in fact, that you'll be far more productive if you do all of those things. I always have to give it a productivity twist because I feel like so many of the type A people listening simply won't do it unless I say, this will make you more productive. And I'm totally guilty of that too. So it's okay. So let's get into this tapping. I am prepped with my bottle of fizzy water. I would love for you to do some guzzling. Hopefully you were drinking water that whole time I was giving this preamble, but if not, it's okay. Have a drink of some water and we will get into this tapping. And it's just gonna help you feel really comfortable as we go into Pisces season. It's just gonna remind you that literally it's okay to not have your foot flat on the gas all the time, because let's face it, we're just gonna burn out if we do. So here we go, let's get ready for this tapping. Okay, so we're going to start on the karate chop point, just here to tune into the problem. So just tap like I'm tapping and repeat after me. Sometimes I want everything yesterday. And I get frustrated that I don't have it right now. And sometimes it's hard for me to trust the timing of my life. Because when you want everything yesterday, there's no reason or excuse that makes it better. You simply want it yesterday. And sometimes I feel like if I'm not pushing all the time, I won't ever get everything that I want. Sometimes I believe that I have to burn out in order to achieve at a high level. And even though society tells us this, and it's a very pervasive way of thinking, I ultimately know that I feel better when I allow myself to rest. That I achieve more when I have a day of leisure from time to time. And that I am happier when I take time to enjoy my life. Happy people create good work. And that's all there is to it. So even though I want everything yesterday, and I really resist resting, I accept myself as I am. I forgive myself for rushing. And I love myself no matter what. Okay, let's start on the top of the head. Oh wait, okay, yeah, because this is totally a thing that I struggle with too. Okay, here we go. I want everything yesterday. I really do. I'm kind of like Veruca Salt. I want it now. And even though in some ways this is a great trait, because it keeps me on track and it keeps me focused, and I love my ambition, Sometimes it means that I burn the candle at both ends. And that I don't give myself the necessary time to think and dream and rest, to integrate everything I've learned, and to give my brain the idle time it needs for it to work at its peak potential. And baby, I want to be at my peak potential. So even though I've bought into the idea that I have to work hard all the time, I'm ready to let that belief go. Because it would be really amazing to rest and feel good about it. Imagine if giving myself a day off was an essential part of my self-care protocol. Imagine how good it would feel to not look at my emails for a day. Imagine how good it would feel to take a day for myself. So even though I've been pushing really, really hard, I'm ready to make a change. I'm ready to enjoy my time. My time on the journey. And not to just punish myself until I get to the destination. Because this journey time is really sweet and delicious. This journey time is where I'm going to meet amazing people and have incredible moments. And like John Lennon said, life is what happens when you're making other plans. I don't want to miss out on my life because I am so busy being ambitious. No shade to my ambitious side. I love that I have big dreams and big goals. But I want to take the pressure off so that I can be the best that I can be. I trust the timing of my life. And I accept myself no matter what. I forgive myself for pushing really hard. And I love myself as I am. Unconditionally. And so it is. Deep breath in, hold it at the top, and exhale. That was beautiful. Really good work. Thanks for doing this. I'm so proud of you for sticking with this and doing it as often as you can. It makes me feel so good to see you reposting this in your Instagram stories. Like it's just amazing to think that I can be making this magic in my house and beam it out to you and have you take part in it, and we're all collectively refining our energy and moving into these better places and feeling good together. Like 20 years ago, there's no way we could have done this. And so I'm just really proud of all of us for doing it. And I wanted to send extra love to you this week. I think that sometimes we forget that we are doing so well and have come so far. And if you look back on your life 5 years ago, you probably would be unrecognizable to yourself now. And that's beautiful and brilliant, and you deserve a fucking rest is what you deserve. Straight up. You deserve chocolate chip cookies in bed. That's what you deserve. So today's homework, or this week's homework, is to comment below and tell us how you're going to rest this week. What are you going to do to carve out some time so that you can feel really good? And tell us what you're going to do. Are you going to take a bath? Are you going to go for a walk? Are you going to go to the movies by yourself? Are you going to let yourself sleep in? Tell us what you're going to do, because it will really inspire everybody else to take a well-needed rest. and then comment on somebody else's and tell them that they're the shit, because they are the shit. And P.S., this is how you make friendships. So if you've ever been like, why don't I know any people that are like me? It's because you're not getting involved in your community. So spread some love, give a compliment. It's undeniably the way to make a friend. Okay, I love you. Have a great week and relax, integrate, listen to yourself, and allow your genius to come through.